We got energy. We're touching
Whoa.
things.
Red is the color of your energy. Whoa. I can feel your energy.
Whoa. Orange is the color of your energy. Alright, so that's the copyright safe version right there. We're out here at Sedona. We are going to do a quick little explainer video about energy, what it means to us, and like our relation to the source, if you will. And yeah, I'm here with my best friend Taylor. We've been adventuring through time and space for a while now, and
Like 10 years or something.
like that. Like, I guess, like, if you believe in time, like, for personally, I believe time's something the man invented to keep us down, you know, like, oh, you gotta do your taxes every year, you know, stuff like that. So let's hopefully like not like take it to that level. We're gonna focus more on like the meta and how your own personal relationship with energy can be enhanced. And yeah, so the source. Taylor, what's the source?
The source is, what would you think it is? Like, where's the river coming from? Where's the food coming from? I don't know. It's the connectivity to everyone and bit.
The plug to this reality is basically what the source is, and that flows through all of us. Sometimes at certain moments in life, it will flow through you more, and you feel like more connected to the universe. I mean, everybody has those. They're like a good day, and maybe you take something and you're feeling real good, and you realize that like we're just these small cosmic like consciousness that are just portions of the source. That if the source is a river, and that's all of the consciousness, collective consciousness, whatever you want to call it, you know, heaven. I'm not really sure what the best term for it is, but I just refer to it as the source.
Yeah. Just a conglomeration of what binds all humans together, and more than humans, earth, nature, I guess rocks.
I guess rocks, reality,
everything.
So like this like reality that we live in, it's imagine that if you were bored and you needed something to do, but like you can't experience everything for yourself, so you would create consciousness and then give different amounts of the consciousness to all of the inhabitants, beings, whatever you want to call it. I mean, like typewriters in 4th grade, I thought the typewriter might have a personality, and whenever I like would have to like hit delete or something or clear it, you know, like, because old school right here, typewriters, like I was worried that it was judging me. But like maybe the typewriters do have consciousness. That one I'm not going to even try to weigh in on. But us as humans, we have the source connected to us, and we're given, if you will, like a bowl of this source, the consciousness, and that's what inhabits this physical form. It's just this existence. I don't really think it's like a ledger tracking everything that you've done, but rather just making it where when we rejoin the source, we are able to share what has happened. What do you think happens, Taylor?
I mean, a whole bunch of different stuff depending on who you are, what you're choosing, you know. I think you live and then you die, you know. That's how people experience it usually, most times.
What if you're like in a plant or a cactus or a rock?
Yeah, it might be a little bit longer or shorter, depending, but yeah.
So that's where I think,
if you want to take a camera and you just focus it and do like 1 million frames per second, because they have that type of technology now that it's 2018, and you just pick a clover and then you put the camera in front of the clover, you're gonna slowly see all of its little feathers and all of its little pieces slowly. I don't have any water anymore and I'm dying, and why'd you pick me? And then you feel so bad, but you gotta eat something, so you eat clovers. No, I don't know. I mean,
you could eat clovers, like that's
life.
super vegan. So that's
Yeah.
where having what you're experiencing being relative to the amount of consciousness and source that you have been imparted, and like I'm not saying like, I don't know, like could there be like a source quotient where you have like somebody that's very in touch with the universe around them and themselves, and we've all met those people that are just like, for some reason you're attracted to them, that energy of this person, I love them, like they just, something about them. And that's where
I feel like I have a lot of friends to where, well, I mean, like,
I have a lot
probably
of friends. First, I have a lot of
okay,
friends.
first off, I'm like really, really,
Really
popular.
popular. Oh
I
my
don't know if
God,
you've seen my
you
other
guys.
channel, but
You
like,
should check out her Instagram. She's super
I have a
popular.
Taylor show. Anyway, yeah, I just feel like lost my train of thought because
You were
of
talking
Taylor
about
show.
the friends. You got a lot of friends. Right? I got
So
a
many
lot of
friends.
friends. So many friends. And you do, like, when you have good energy.
I feel like a lot of these people have like this thing about them that I can't even describe. And I'm just like, you're so cool. Like, you could even try to be dumb and you're not even, because you're so cool that you can't be. Like, you could be having the worst time, and I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying that I just have people that are, I'm just like, what is so cool about them? Like, no, they're like super cool. Like, they have a special thing, and I'm gonna figure it out. But I'll tell
Can't
you,
put my finger on
I
it.
can't quite tell. But like, at least this small group around me, maybe like 15 to 20 people out there that I haven't really gotten to know yet. They have like this weird little, hey, something's, your vibe attracts your tribe.
Vibe attracts your tribe, exactly. So that's where I guess on the flip side, having it where like being able to recognize somebody that throws your own energy off and being able to not share as much time with them, because like we've all had that where somebody just you're drained after being around them, or like you dread the phone call of them like reaching out to you, and having all these things, like it's nice to identify it, but like in a way, like I've had somebody challenge like my like privilege of not wanting to like share energy with somebody who like was an energy vampire, who was like a drain on my life, who just made me feel just anxiety and all these things. So it's like, do you think that energy privilege exists? Is that a thing?
Privilege?
Yeah, like energy privilege, like having somebody being so in tune with your own energy in the universe that like
Yeah, okay, yes, because I'm pretty sure that I realized that I didn't realize for a long time, and then after doing hair for like 8 years, I'm like, whoa, like I feel really weird sometimes, and then like this person leaves and I feel fine, or like I'm like affected for a good hour or something. Like, it's really interesting because you have someone who comes into your seat, doesn't really talk to you a ton, yet you're still getting all these weird vibes, and like, I don't know, kind of throws off your own energy for a little bit, and then sometimes you even reflect on it for like 4 or 5 years after, and
oh yeah,
you're like,
that's
I
an
met that
energy
person
vampire.
for one
That
time.
is an energy vampire. Like they like energy vampires like to rest or invest in rest, right?
Rest
And invest. All right. Like so, basically, they will try to cause some sort of turmoil or stress with you that is so lasting that you're still giving up that energy, and so that's where like if you meditate, clear your mind, like I mean, some people even take anti-anxiety medicines just because they like don't want to deal with that, and that's where I think that that's probably like a negative side of the spectrum versus being able to like have a really good friend that you can discuss these things with and be able to at least like say, well, the root of the problem is that this person's an energy vampire,
Yeah.
and they got as much energy as I can give them, but like,
Well, also after doing hair for 10 years, I've noticed that almost every single stylist that I work with has anxiety. They have anxiety when people come into their chairs, and sometimes you just can't even do a haircut. Like, one day I just was sitting there and I was cutting this great guy's hair, but the energy in the whole salon was off whack, and people were calling in sick and all these things. I didn't feel good personally. I don't know why, but started cutting this guy's hair that I really like. My hands just wouldn't even work. Like, I was just like, they're numb. I can't cut. Can't even talk. Went in the back room, and then it's like 2 other people already feeling like that in the place. So it was just a bad day. But it's not that just certain people are more sensitive to it. I think almost everyone's sensitive to it. It's just if they're in tune to whether they feel it or not. Like,
exactly.
you feel it as you're walking through the grocery store. You feel it even when you're driving cars, like you're like, what was that person doing?
That was
right
weird.
next
That
to
was
you?
weird. And then you drive into a place like Sedona, and instantly it hits you as soon as you drop into like the little canyon area. And that's like, I mean, it. If you're in tune with your own energy, it's an amazing thing in this world. But like, at times I get frustrated with other people who seem to just like not have any understanding of it, and I guess respect. Like, I guess going back to the energy vampires, but like we're gonna try to get off that subject and jump over to like something that's better, like being able to share that energy in a positive way, like Reiki, or just like human touch, and having it where this transference takes place. That like, sure, there's chemical reactions taking place in the brain that we can like quantify as here's why you're feeling this way, but beyond that, like a lot of the times, why do some people make you feel better than others? I mean, these connections that we feel to one another in this world are, I'm not sure what it is, but it seems like there's like this familiarity amongst like your vibe finds your tribe, and having it where you can like really find the people that are similar to you and have that energy exchange take place, so that you're not kind of trying to make your energy fit with others in such a way that you're not going to be as successful. So I think like the key to happiness in this reality is being able to keep that energy balanced in a positive way.
That's
So
where
yeah,
you cut.
there should be a cut there, but you know.
You're just gonna edit all of this because I gotta itch my ear too.
You gotta itch your ear? What are you talking about? No, you can't step out of frame to itch the ear. If you stand exactly in the same spot, itch your ear and then put it down, we can edit it. But now you're like standing in a completely different spot, and the viewers are just gonna like wonder what happened.
We were gonna cut it when we smiled all weird and funky anyway.
I never smell weird and funky. Right.
Only me, just me.
So yeah, we're gonna find some food here in Sedona, and I guess just enjoy this beautiful sunset and continue on to
Sedona.
my Sedona.